Yeah, I was a huge fan growing up of Monty Python's Flying Circus and SCTV, and Kids in the Hall was definitely very influential on me as well. And I sort of started in acting through improv and sketch comedy. Well, improv comes in very handy, especially for voice work, because a lot of the time when you go into the booth, this is the first time that you're seeing the script. And so being able to essentially drop into character right away and do a cold read, and also to imagine the situation and imagine what you're supposed to be seeing, these are all things that improv helps you with. Well, again, Commander Shepard is a character that's largely determined by the player, and so it's kind of a unique character in that their background, their personality, their morality is completely going to be determined by the player. So you're finding essentially what's the core of Shepard, what never changes, and so that was a challenge that both Jennifer Hale, who played the female Shepard, and I faced. And so we relied on our directors to keep us online for that. And we also found that the military background of Shepard was kind of the core. That's the thing that never changes. Shepard's always a military officer that's used to giving commands under fire and that sort of thing. As far as improv within the booth, that was somewhat limited because, of course, you know, these scripts have been written months in advance, and you can't certainly change details of the plot. They were very nice about letting us occasionally change the dialogue just to make it, say, easier to say. You know, like this sentence might be a bit of a mouthful. It might be easier to say it like this or sound more natural this way. But again, Jennifer and I were both recording the same dialogue. So whoever recorded first would maybe set the tone, and if the dialogue had changed within that, then you'd have to match whatever the first person had done. Yeah, I've got, yes, a number of shows. There's Tiny Plastic Men, which is on Super Channel, and it's a sort of a combination sketch comedy show and sitcom that's about three guys who work as prototype testers at a toy factory. I play October, who's kind of a gothic weirdo, and then many other characters within the sketches, of course. That's on Super Channel. Its website is tinyplasticmen.ca, and as you mentioned, we've just finished filming the second season. There's still, of course, a lot of post and animation to be, because there is animation on that as well. And that will be coming out later this year, I believe, if you subscribe to Super Channel. And I did mention the website, yes, tinyplasticmen.ca. There's also The Irrelevant Show on CBC Radio, which is a national show, and that's coming up. The new season, we've just been renewed, so we'll be starting in the fall, recording live. We do it in front of a live audience, old school style, with a Foley artist and everything. And I'm also a writer on that as well. I'm a writer on Tiny Plastic Men too. And then there's lots of live shows that I do. I do improv almost constantly. One of the big shows coming up that I have is the Dynasty Soapathon, which is a 50-hour-long improv marathon that many of the actors do without sleeping. And I was the first one to actually do the entire thing and prove it could be done without killing yourself. Only damaging yourself slightly. So that's coming up in September. There's another improv show that I do with Rapid Fire Theatre called The Herald of Galactus, which is a superhero improv show I developed with my friend Chris Craddock, who's also on Tiny Plastic Men. And yeah, just a constant cavalcade of improv and comedy. Anything I'd like to try? You know, there is something that I've done only a little bit of, but it very much interests me, which is puppetry. And I have many friends who are professional puppeteers, and my skills are meager compared to theirs. But yeah, I'd always love to get a chance to do more puppetry.